1B, exercise 1B, we have started. Fifth question. Show that root 3 and root 5 are irrational number. So, show that root 3 is an irrational number. Root 3 is an irrational number by using method of contradiction. Yes. Using method of contradiction, show that root 3 is an irrational number. So what we do in method of contradiction, we make wrong assumption. Suppose root 3 is a rational number. 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 Then if root 3 is a rational number, this is the wrong assumption which we are making. In method of contradiction, we make a wrong assumption. Suppose root 3 is a rational number. So if root 3 is a rational number, then root 3 will be of the form a by b. Any rational number is of the form a by b, where a and b are integers. A comma b belongs to z. Z is set of integer. So a is an integer, b is an integer. Second condition, b is non-zero. And third condition is only common factor of a and b is 1, means their SCF is 1 or GCD is 1. Yeah, so this is the condition. Suppose root 3 is rational number. We want to prove that root 3 is irrational. So we make wrong assumption. In method of contradiction, see, there are two ways to prove anything. One is direct proof, other is using method of contradiction. In method of contradiction, we make a wrong assumption. Suppose root 3 is, we want to prove irrational, so we assume that it is rational number. So if root 3 is rational number, root 3 must be of the form a by b, where a and b are integers, denominator b is non-zero, and only common factor between a and b is 1. Okay. So now we do the calculation further. Root 3 is a by b, squaring both the sides. Squaring both sides, you will get root 3 square is equal to a by b whole square. Yes. Now what is root 3 square? Yes. 3. So you will get 3 is equal to a square upon b square. 3 is equal to a square upon b square. So cross multiply, you will get a square. A square is equal to 3b square. Yes. Cross multiply, you will get 3b square is equal to a square, means a square is equal to 3b square. A square is equal to 3b square. Now see here. We have seen the factors, they should not be written. If 27, I can write 3 into 9. If 27 can be written as 3 into 9, that means, yes, 27 is divisible by 3, 27 is divisible by 9. We can divide 27 by 3 as well as we can divide 27 by 9. Now the same thing is there. A square is 3b square. That means a square is divisible by 3, no? Same concept. If 27 can be written as 3 into 9, means 27 is divisible by 3, 27 is divisible by 9. So if a square is 3b square, a square can be written as 3b square. Assume this is my a square is 27 and b square is 9. So you will write a square is divisible by 3. A square is divisible by 3. But what is a square? Yes. What is a square? A square is nothing but a into a. A into a is divisible by 3. A into A is divisible by 3. A into A is divisible by 3. And this part you have written. You want to erase this part. Can I erase first part? Yes. Okay. Okay. Let me write one more step there only. Let us take three into 3, that is 9. Let us take 9. 9 is divisible by 3. 9 is divisible by 3. So 3 into 3, that means 3 square is divisible by 3. 3 square is divisible by 3. If 3 square is divisible by 3, then 3 into 3 is divisible by 3. Yes or no? So if A square is divisible by 3, that means A into A is divisible by 3. 3 into 3 is divisible by 3 means 3 is divisible by 3, 3 is divisible by 3. Each one of them is divisible by 3. So A square, A into A is divisible by 3 means A is divisible by 3. So if A square is divisible by 3, that means A is divisible by 3. Is it clear? This logic is clear. 9 is divisible by 3. What is 9? 3 square. So if 9, 3 square is divisible by 3, that means 3 is divisible by 3. So A is divisible by 3. Now see this part. A is divisible by 3 means, let us take 27. Let us take 27 is divisible by 3. If you divide 27 by 3, what you get? Yes. If you divide 27 by 3, what you get? 9. That means if 27 is divisible by 3, 27 is divisible by 3, that means this 27 can be written as 3 into 9, where 9 is some other number. Where 9 is some other number, and this is my divisor. Are you getting? So 27 is divisible by 3 means 27 upon 3 can be written as 9. So 27 can be written as 3 into some other number, that is 9. Now we apply the same logic there. A is divisible by 3 means, yes, A is divisible by 3 means A upon 3 is equal to C. We take some other number because B is already used. B is already used. B is already used. So we take some other number where C is any integer. Where C is any integer. So A is divisible by 3 means A can be written as 3, A upon 3 can be written as C. Now cross multiply, what you will get? Cross multiply. Yes. Cross multiply. So A is equal to 3C. A is equal to 3C. This is my second equation. This is my equation number 2. And this is my equation number 1. Now you put the value of A in equation 1. Put A is equal to 3C in equation 1. Put A is equal to 3C in equation 1. Yes. So A is 3C. So you will get 3C square is equal to 3B square. 3C square is equal to 3B square. Now simplify this. So 9C square is equal to 3B square. 9C square is equal to, write on this, 9C square is equal to 3B square. 9C square is equal to 3B square. So you can cancel this 3, this 3. You can cancel 3, 3. 3 3 is a 9. So you will get B square. You will get B square is equal to 3C square. B square is equal to 3C square. Now what you can conclude from this here? If A square is 3B square, that means a square is divisible by 3. Yes or no? So what you can conclude from this, b square is 3c square, means same logic you apply there, no? A square is 3b square, that means a square is divisible by 3. So if b square is 3c square, that means yes, b square is divisible by 3. B square is divisible by 3. B square is divisible by 3. So if b square is divisible by 3, that means b square I can write b into b is divisible by 3. b into b is divisible by 3. So if b square is divisible by 3, that means b is divisible by 3. 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 So now this is my statement. A is divisible by 3. B is divisible by 3. So A and B both are divisible by 3. A and B both are divisible by 3. Yes or no? Yes. Huh. Yes. This part is over. This part. Have you finished writing? Yes. So A is divisible by yes. A is divisible by 3. B is divisible by 3. So now let us conclude. We are towards the ending of this. A and B both are divisible by 3. So we write A is divisible by 3 and B is divisible by 3. A is divisible by 3. A is divisible by 3. A is divisible by 3 and B is divisible by 3. So we write A is divisible by 3. A is divisible by 3 and B is also divisible by 3. B is also divisible by 3. So if A and B both are divisible by 3, that means A upon B is also divisible by 3. A upon B is also divisible by 3 because each one you can divide by 3. So A upon B is also divisible by 3. That means A upon B has common factor 3. A upon B has common factor 3 because A upon B is divisible by 3. Correct? So if A upon B has common factor 3, then can you say that A upon B is a rational number? Yes, tell me. No. Yes. So A upon B has common factor 3. That means A upon B is not a rational number. A upon B is not a rational number. But what is A upon B? What is A upon B? Root 3. Yes or no? What we have assumed in the beginning, see, A upon B is equal to root 3, no? That means root 3 is not a rational number. Root 3 is not a rational number. Root 3 is not a rational number. So what we have done, see here, if you see in the beginning, we have assumed that root 3 is a rational number. And at the end we are getting root 3 is not a rational number. So which is a contradiction to our assumption. Which is a contradiction to our assumption. Which is a contradiction to our assumption. That means our assumption is wrong. So what was the wrong assumption? Root 3 is a rational number is wrong assumption. So if the assumption is wrong, that means root 3 is an irrational number. Root 3 is a rational number is wrong assumption. That means root 3 is a irrational number. And this complete this proof. So this type of things are required because you are in 9th standard. Don't always expect you will come across multiplication division only. You will come across this type of proof also, where you have to use method of contradiction. So root 3 is irrational number. So if you want to prove that the number is irrational using method of contradiction, you will make a wrong assumption that root 3 is rational. Root 3 is rational means root 3 will, yes, right assumption is root 3 is a irrational number. Root 3, my dear, see, you have studied 1 plus 0 is 2 plus 0 is equal to 2, correct? Where you have studied 2 plus 0 equal to 2? In first standard, yes? But in first standard, the student do not ask the proof. But in 7th standard, you can give the proof of that. Why 2 plus 0 is 2? Because 0 is additive identity. Whenever we add any number to additive identity 0, we get the same number. That is why 2 plus 0 is equal to 2. But 2 plus 0 is equal to 2, additive identity we do not teach in the first class. The same thing is there. By seeing the number, you can see that root 2 is irrational. But how you will prove? In this way it is proved. Since it is proved that root 2 is irrational, we make assumption, we consider that root 2 is irrational. But if it is there, how you will prove it? We can prove it using method of contradiction. Is it clear? Yes. Similarly, in first standard it is taught 5 into 1 is 5. But in first standard nobody explained why 5 into 1 is 5. 5 into 1 is 5 because 1 is multiplicative identity. Whenever you multiply any integer to multiplicative identity 1, you will get the same integer. So the same thing is there. Root 3 is irrational number, we can see it. But how to prove? Using method of contradiction. Now root 5 is an irrational number. This I am giving homework. Same way you will do. Root 5 is an irrational number. This part I am giving homework. In the same way you will proceed. Using method of contradiction. So you will assume that suppose root 5 is a rational number. So root 5 will be of the form a by b. And then you will continue with this. Is it clear? So this part I am giving homework. Now sixth one. Prove that each of the following number is irrational. Prove that. No, root 5 I am giving homework. No, root. Okay, so that, yes, that representing on the number line is not there in your course. Is it clear? That part will be there in this end, not right now. Okay, so you go as per our pattern what we are teaching. If anything is there, we will do it. Now sixth one, prove that each of the following is an irrational number. Each of the following is an irrational number. Prove that each of the following is an irrational number. My dear, you are in 9th standard. Don't always expect that you will come across only multiplication. What is multiplication of 15 into 20? Division of 315 by 7? No. You will come across the proof type of things in 9th standard. Now first it is, let me write all the problem, then I will do only one. Root 3 plus root 2. Root 3 plus root 2. Second, 3 minus root 2. 3 minus root 2. Then third, root 5 minus 2. Prove that these are irrational numbers. Prove that these are irrational numbers. So I will do one, remaining are homework, same way you will do. Same technique. Same technique is involved. This problem also we solve using method of contradiction only. Whenever you want to prove anything, there are two ways. One is direct proof, other is using method of contradiction. Especially in those type of problem where you want to prove that it is irrational number, we use method of contradiction. Now if you see, so this you remember. Now let me solve first. This you remember. This you remember. Whenever there is single term, we take rational number as a by b. Whenever there are two or more than two terms, we take rational number as x. This you remember. Whenever there is single term means root 3, root 5, we take the rational number as a by b. And whenever there are more than two terms, we take the rational number as x. So this technique you remember. Now in first one, we want to prove, what do you want to prove? We want to prove that root 3 plus root 2 is an irrational number. Root 3 plus root 2 is an irrational number. So we use method of contradiction. What is method of contradiction? You make a wrong assumption. Suppose root 3 plus root 2 is a rational number. Root 3 plus root 2 is a rational number. Is it clear? So if root 3 plus root 2 is rational number, then I can write root 3 plus root 2 as, what you will write, a by b or x. Yes, this you remember. Whenever there is single term, means if it is only root 3 or only root 2, I will write the rational number as a by b. But whenever there are two terms or more than two terms, there are two terms, root 3 plus root 2. In that case, I will consider the rational number as x. So we write root 3 plus root 2 is equal to x, where x is the rational number. So root 3 plus root 2 is equal to x, where x is the rational number. Now, what was the second step in that? Yes, tell me. Root 3 is equal to a by b. Then what was the second? Squaring both the sides. In this also. In this there are two terms, so I have considered my rational number as x. So next step will be same, squaring both the side. Yes, so you will get root 3 plus root 2 square is equal to x square. Now on left hand side, use a plus b whole square formula. That is a square plus 2ab plus b square. So use a plus b whole square formula, simplify this. So that will be root 3 square plus 2 into root 3 into root 2 plus root 2 square is equal to x square. What is root 3 square? 3 plus 2 into, what is root a into root b? What is root a into root b? My dear, root a into root b. Wrong. How root a into b, my dear? Root a into root b. This I have taught you. Root a into root b. I can write root of a into b. but root a plus root b will remain root a plus root b only. You cannot add. Similarly, root a minus root b will remain as it is, root a minus root b. You cannot subtract. Only, it will be 2 root 6. It will be 2 root, no need to write the formula. So that will be root, no need. I have written the formula for your understanding. You should not write. Root a into root b will be root 3 into 2, 6, plus root 2 square is 2 is equal to x square. Now can we add 3 and 2? This 3 and this 2, can I add? No. So this 3 and this 2 I can add, yes. So you will get 5 plus 2 root 6 is equal to x square. Now you subtract 5 on that side. So you will get 2 root 6 is equal to x square minus 5. Plus 5 will become minus 5 when we change the side. Now you divide by 2. So divide by 2. So root 6 is equal to x square minus 5. 2 will go in the division. X square minus 5 upon 2. So in this way we have obtained first part. Root 6 is x square minus 5 by 2. Root 6 is x square minus 5 by 2. Is it clear? Now we explain this. X square minus 5 by 2 is root 6. Correct. Now we'll see. Now let us make use of that. Since x is a rational number, x is a rational number, what will be square of x? Yes. For example, 3 is a rational number. What is 3 square? Rational or irrational? No. What is 3 square? Rational. So x square is also a rational. If x is the rational number, x square is also a rational number. X square is also a rational number. For example, 3 square is 9. 9 is also rational. What is 9 minus 5? 4. What is 4? Rational or irrational? Rational. So if x square is a rational number, then we subtract 5 from that. So x square minus 5 is also a rational number. Because if x square is a rational, then if you subtract 5 from that, it will be again a rational number. Then if, right, everything should be written. Now let us see. 3 square is 9. 9 is a rational number. 9 minus 5 is 4. 4 is also rational number. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 is also rational number, no? Yes or no? So if x square minus 5 is a rational number, x square minus 5 by 2, when you divide this rational number by 2, again you will get a rational number. So you will get x square minus 5 by 2. X square minus 5 by 2 is also a rational number. Correct? But what is x square minus 5 by 2? Yes, tell me. What is x square minus 5 by 2? Irrational number, yes. So x square minus 5 by 2 is root 6. Root 6 is also a rational number. We are getting root 6 as a rational number because of wrong assumption. But what is root 6? But root 6 is irrational number. Root 6 is an irrational number. root 6 is an irrational number. So you are getting the same number root 6 as rational and the same number root 6 as irrational. A number root 6 cannot be both. Is it clear? So this is a contradiction to our assumption. Because of wrong assumption, we are arriving at a contradiction. Clear? So root 6 is an irrational number. Clear? But what is root 6? So which is a contradiction. So write down which is a contradiction. Which is a contradiction. So write down before this part you don't write. So root 6 is a rational number. So which is a contradiction. Which is a contradiction. Which is a contradiction as, you have to write down the reason below, as root 6 is an irrational number. We are getting root 6 as rational number, which is a contradiction because root 6 is irrational number. So we arrive at a contradiction. We arrive at a contradiction, and why we arrive at a contradiction? Because of wrong assumption. So what was that wrong assumption? Which is a contradiction. That means our assumption. Yes, so that means our assumption is wrong. We arrive at a contradiction means our assumption is wrong. So now we correct our assumption. So because of wrong assumption we arrive at a contradiction, and therefore root 3 plus root 2 is an irrational number. So we correct our assumption. Root 3 plus root 2 is an irrational number. So in the same way you will do others also. In the same way you will do others. Clear? So now remaining two you will do in the same way. But for your course the proofs are not asked in the exam. We have taught you this method of contradiction proof because you must be familiar. Even if it is asked, it will be asked for single number, either root 3 or root 5. That's one. Now seventh question. Write a pair of irrational number whose sum is irrational. 940. Sorry. 940. I thought it is up to 950 today also. Okay, now we stop here. Yes. We'll see that in the last period. We'll try to complete this 1B exercise. So now we stop here. Yes. Everybody exit the group because I am having next class after 10 minutes. And the same link is there for them also. So bye everybody. Yes. See you in the last period. Bye.